So you have any questions? You're here. You have questions?
I'm related to just related to the mantras. So we have different types of mantras.
Go ahead.
So there are pranama mantras. There is Hare Krishna mantra, and there is Gayatri mantra, and there is this Bija mantras. So we have so many different varieties of mantras, and the scriptures say that for Kali Yuga we have this Hare Krishna mantra. But what about these pranama mantras? And we chant pranama mantras. We usually chant the last 5 or 6 gurus pranama mantras. What about all the? We have a big lineage of gurus, predecessors before these 6 gurus. But we don't chant.
What's your question?
So, what's the significance of all the other mantras? If for Kali Yuga we are supposed to chant only Hare Krishna mantra, what's the purpose?
Okay.
Yeah. So,
question is that Hare Krishna mantras, what's the purpose of other mantras?
Yeah.
So there's one thing is called nam, one thing is called mantra.
Okay.
So nam is in, mantra is in the 4th case, and mantra is in the 8th case. So the definition of diksha, in Gaudiya Vaisnava, definition of diksha means receiving Gopal mantra.
Okay.
Hare Krishna mantra is not a diksha mantra. It doesn't require diksha to say Hare Krishna. Anyone can say Hare Krishna. So diksha mantras are mentioned in our Gaudiya Vaisnava scriptures. Hari Bhakti Vilas, and also Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 22, Madhya Lila. Talks about Kamgayatri and Gopal mantra. These mantras are mentioned by Bhakti Vilas. These are the most important mantras. Chaitanya Maharaj says in Adi Lila chapter 7, Samsara moksha, it's right here, I think. He says in verse 9, chapter 7, the mantra gives the lotus of Krishna, and the diksha mantra gives liberation.
Oh, okay.
So you can't attain liberation without diksha mantra. It's also an offense to the holy name not to take diksha. There's 2 offenses. Because the Shastras say we should take diksha from our Guru. Krishna says we should take diksha. Krishna took diksha. Ramchandra took diksha. Everyone takes diksha. So the diksha mantras Diksha mantras give liberation, and Krishna's mantra gives the love of Krishna. Chaitanya told us and stuff.
Okay.
Lord Chaitanya spoke in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi 7. Let's turn this recording by chapter 7, verse 73. Krishna mantra haite pave Krishna samsara moksha. Krishna nam haite pave Krishna chara. So here he's saying Krishna mantra and Krishna nam. So why is he considered worse? Because Krishna mantra means Gopal mantra or Kam Gayatri. That'll give you liberation from birth and death.
Okay.
The Krishna nam will give you those here Krishna.
Mercy of Krishna.
So when you chant Krishna's holy name, if you want to attain the velocity of Krishna, you have to avoid offenses. So the third offense is Guru Avagya, disregard Guru or Guru Principle. And the fourth offense is Shastra Ninda, disregard Shastra, offend Shastra. So all the Shastras say human beings should take diksha from a proper Guru. And they also say you should not offend the Guru. So by not taking diksha means you're offending Guru and offending Shastra. So just saying the holy name alone will never give you Krishna's feet.
Oh.
So you need Krishna mantra and you need Krishna name. Both are required for success. So Chaitanya chanted Krishna Nam and Krishna mantra. He is initiated by Gopal mantra by Ishwar Puri. Lord Ramchandra took initiation from Vasishtha. Krishna took initiation in the Raya mantra from Bhagori Muni. So everybody takes diksha.
Right.
Many people today, they only have Hari Krishna mantra. They're unfortunate. That's only half the formula. If you're cooking a cake and you mix the flour and the water and the sugar, but you don't use any yogurt or any yeast or anything, you can't get a cake. So it's the science. Proper action depends on proper knowledge. The most important thing is knowledge. That's why Bhakti begins with Shravana. Shravana, then Kirtan. Anyone just says do Kirtan, just chant Hare Krishna. That's not where it starts. It starts with study. Shastra Gyan. Bhakti Gyan. Shravana means hearing Shastra for Shiksha Guru Diksha. The hearing Shastra has a strong foundation. What is Bhakti? What is Guru? What is devotion? What is puja? How to chant the mantra. You don't know how to chant the mantra, so you give improper knowledge is improper result. If you're performing action, but you don't know how to perform it, what kind of result are you going to get? So sadhana bhakti, sadhana means action. Action and devotion. But how do you do it? There's whole books that describe how to do bhakti sadhana. Oh, I don't need those books, I just chant Hare Krishna. You're a fool, you'll get nowhere. But Hare Krishna does make offenses. You don't know Vaishnava tablets, they make offenses. You don't know non-tattva. You don't know Bhagavad tattva. You don't know Shakti tattva. You don't know any tattvas. So how do you make progress? That's sentimental approach. Guru means teacher. He teaches tattva. This is non-tattva, this is Vaishnava tattva, this is Prema tattva, this is Dham tattva, Jiva tattva. What's the Jiva? What's the difference between body and soul? How are we going to get out of the body? Because we think with the body. We have no contact or awareness of Atma. What is the difference between Atma and body? That's right at the beginning. What's the difference between Atma and mind? Atma and ego? Atma and buddhi, intelligence, knowledge is required. Pranam mantras in Sri Bhakti Chandrika, Narottam Das Thakur gives the pranam mantra for all gurus. What is that mantra? One mantra for all gurus. What is it? Om Agyanatimirandasya Jnanajnanashalakaya Chakshuramitamina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. That's the one mantra for all gurus. Individual pranam mantras are rare. It's mostly a thing they have in ISKCON Gaudiya Math. But outside of ISKCON Gaudiya Math, it doesn't exist.
Oh.
Nityananda Parivar, Gadadhara Parivar, Veda Parivar, all traditional lines of Gaudiya Vaisnava, they chant Om Agyantam. Or Vancha Kalvaturi is chant.
And what about bija mantras? So there's so many bija mantras like Hrim, Shrim, and all.
Diksha, you're asking,
Bija mantras.
I know what you said.
Yeah.
That's about Bija mantras. So Bija mantras are part of Diksha mantras. Bija mantras are like Om, Klim, Shrim. There's Bija mantras for Shakti Tava,
Okay.
and there's Bija mantras for Purusha Tava. Shakti Tava, Bija mantras are Shrim, Shrim, and for Krishna Tava, or Purusha, Bhagavad Tava, the Klim. Shakti is Shrim or Rim or Aim. Aim is for Saraswati. Rim is for Durga. Shrim is for Lakshmi, Radharani, Sita. Those are part of Diksha mantras. There's the Bija, there's the seed of the mantra. The Bija mantra, there's the mantra Bija mantra Krishna, then there's Diksha mantra. So Diksha mantras always include the seed mantra. Bija. You have Diksha?
On Harinam only.
Okay.
So,
Ask your guru for Diksha.
usually we have to wait for a year.
100 years.
A year at least. A year or two.
Okay.
I went through this Stephen Knapp website.
Yeah, I know him
So he has-
personally.
yeah,
He's see you.
Yeah, he has a big list of these stotrams and prayers and mantras.
He's
And,
got books, a big list of books. He's a great writer,
uh,
great personality. He's my friend. I know him personally. He stayed, lived in this ashram for 1 month. We ate lunch every day together.
So I was going through that and I saw this. He has a compilation of all these mantras where he's saying mantra for different planet deities like sun god, moon god, and so many others. And there's Saraswati mantra, Lakshmi mantra, and all these. So they have these what we just spoke of Bija mantra. So and then of course he has details related to Hare Krishna mantra. And, so just out of curiosity, I wanted to know. There's so many mantras out there, and so
All you need is the Diksha mantra and Hare Krishna mantra. Bas.
that's it.
Don't get confused.
Okay.
Mantras are for word. You have Ishta Devata, you have mantra, you have Paramgati. You have a worshipful Lord, worshipful God, it's called Ishta Devata. You're controlling the master of your life, Ishta Devata. The God, the Devata that controls your life is called Ishta Devata. So Ishta Devata is Krishna. So you need Krishna Diksha mantras and Krishna Maha mantra. And you worship Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata has a gati, has a place of residence, has a dham.
Okay.
So we want to go Goloka Vrindavan. So if you want to go Goloka Vrindavan, you want to worship Krishna, there's mantras. We don't want to go to Chandraloka. We don't want to go to Suryaloka. We don't want to go to Sringaloka. We don't want to go to Vishnuloka. So we don't need mantras. We don't have to chant those mantras.
Oh.
You chant a mantra to attain an Ishta in a particular dham. Ishta mantra, Ishta sadhana, and dham. Well, first say, I love this girl. This is my Ishta. So Now, where am I going to live? I have to have a house.
Yeah.
So I have a house. And now I have to charity, tractor, and a tractor, and a tractor with my qualities and my love and service. You make a relationship, then you live your life in marriage together. So when you want to worship a Lord, He lives in a certain place at dawn, and to attain that dawn, and attain that Lord in that dawn, we have to do sadhana. And sadhana means mantra. It's called vipassana.
Okay. And what about reading scriptures? You just emphasized just now. Reading scriptures for knowledge.
The Guru will tell you all the books you need to read. That's Shravana.
Okay.
Everything we use is Shravana. It's called Shravana Dasha, the process of hearing from Guru. It says, it defines Bhakti, Bhakti Rasvita Sindhu, 64 lines of Bhakti. First one is Guru Padashraya. Second one is Diksha, Adi Shikshana, Vishwamaya Guru Seva, Sarabharvana Vartate. So the first thing is Shravana Guru, second you take Diksha, third you get Shiksha. So Guru will teach you non-tattva. He'll write books about non-tattva, he'll write books about Gayatri, he'll write books about Dhamma-tattva, he'll teach you non-tattva, Dhamma-tattva, he'll tell you about Bhagavad-tattva, he'll tell you Lila-tattva. So I have 28 books. I have books about Nam, I have books about Gayatri, books about Dham, books about Bhagavan, books about Lila. I got books about everything. Krishna Lila books, and Gauranga Lila books, and so many classes. I have 5,000 lectures on the internet, 50 folders about Chaitanya Tattva, Krishna Tattva, Non-Tattva, Prey Tattva, Shiva Tattva, Lila Tattva, everything is there. Keep you busy for 100 lifetimes.
Long time back I read your book on this Radha Kunda, and in that there was this mantra related to Radha Kunda. So if you go to Radha Kunda, we say that mantra, or for example there is another mantra for if you go to Yamuna or Ganga, there is mantra.
Yamuna Astakam by Rupa Goswami. So what's your question?
So do we? So are we supposed to chant that mantra every time we go to that kund or river, or just Diksha mantra and Nama mantra would suffice?
The question is, there's many mantras like Vrindavan. The question is, there's many mantras like Vrindavan Astakam, Vrindadevi Astakam, Yamuna Astakam, Radha Kunda Astakam, like Krishna's Kaviraj, Raghunath Goswami. So the question is, do we have to chant those different mantras when we go to those different places, or can we just chant Hare Krishna?
Yeah.
You can just chant Hare Krishna. But some people like to chant mantras to worship, to glorify, and absorb themselves in the glories of that particular entity, particular place or personality. So they learn other mantras. There's nothing stopping you from learning other mantras. These are called Mahima, mantras of Mahima. Some mantras for puja, Isha Duba, Isha Deepa. There's mantras for puja. There's mantras for worship, Isha Devata. There's mantras called Mahima mantras. There's mantras, songs of Sharanagati, songs of surrender. There's songs Sri Lalasa, where you're praying for perfection of some seva. Radha Krishna, Pranamur, Yugalaki, Shara, Jivana, Hari Katha. So prayers of desiring to serve Radha Krishna. There are many kinds of mantras and prayers. So according to your appetite, according to your understanding and desire, you can sing or chant those songs or mantras or prayers. There's no prohibition. for chanting extra mantras, extra gurus. Diksha mantras and Mahamantras are given by the Guru to attain Krishna in the spiritual world. We have avatars in the whole story of Gopakumar. Each had his Diksha mantra, each had one mantra, Diksha mantra. He attained Goloka Vrindavan, attained Darshan of Krishna, just by one mantra. This shows the power of Diksha mantra. Just chant your Diksha mantra, you have Darshan of Krishna, you attain Goloka Vrindavan.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
The door's open?
Yes.
Sound of rain is nice. Hey, out of the leaves. Looks good. Internet question.
Maharaj, I read your article on Siddha Pranali in ISKCON, in which you cited a conversation of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Rishikeshanand Das ji. But I couldn't find this conversation in Vedadis folio. Can you please give the reference of this conversation? Is the original video available? Audio is the original audio available?
You have to search Google Internet on the Rishikeshananda conversation because he was personally there. The question is about a conversation with a disciple in 1975, 74, 75. The disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Rishikeshananda. He's still alive, he lives in Thailand. He has a business called Astral Gems. So he recorded that class. It wasn't a class, it was just Prabhupada and him together in the room. So it's not part of folio. Folio, the recorded lectures of Prabhupada, there's hundreds of tapes that aren't in the folio. There are private tapes of different devotees around the world. It's not that everything is in folio is all that Prabhupada said. A lot of times Prabhupada spoke things to different devotees and all they were in the room and they recorded them. Because when Prabhupada's folio audio lectures first came out in 1977 or 78, there were only about 800, 700 lectures. That's all they had on BBT, it's all they had in collection. over the years from 78 until 2020, different devotees surrendered their private collections of recordings to the BBT so they could have more recordings of Prabhupada. So this particular conversation wasn't even recorded. It was just verbally was written down by hand by Rishikesh-Ananda. And later he typed an essay and published the essay on the internet. So you go on the internet and type in Rishikesh-Ananda conversation. You can find on Google search. You can see the transcription of this conversation that he had with Prabhupada. So that's where I got that information from. I happen to know Rishikesh-Ananda personally myself. He's a very virtuous, honest, and good devotee. He's not going to lie and make up some story. So it's the true thing that the BBT doesn't have it in folio because it's not recorded. It's a personal thing. Like I have so many classes with disciples myself that are recorded, and people take notes about it. I call the disciples on the telephone, and I talk to them. After I get off the phone, they write down their diaries. So those are real things I said, but they're not recorded by digital or whatever. This conversation is available on the internet. You have to know how to spell his name. A-H-R-I-S-H. You have to spell it right in order to find it. But I put it in that article because I downloaded it from the internet, from Google. So I knew that conversation existed because I know the person. He wrote out a transcription and typed it and uploaded it to the internet. So you want to find, you can find it on the internet. This is part 2 of that question. Part 2 of the question about Rishikesh-Ananda's memories of Prabhupada. The significant point of that conversation is that Rishikesh-Ananda asked Prabhupada about Siddha Pranali, Siddha Deha. Because Rishikesh-Ananda lived in Gaudiya Vaisnava for some years in Vrindavan, Babaji Maharaj's month. So when he met Prabhupada, he came back to ISKCON after sometime in 74. From 1968 until 74, he was living in Vrindavan in Babaji Maharaj's temple. So Prabhupada asked him, what did you learn in Vrindavan from Babaji Maharaj? He said, I learned about Siddha Pranali, I learned about Askaya Lila, I learned about all the things that when people live in Vrindavan, they find out about all these things. So then, Prabhupada said, okay. So then Rishikesh-Ananda asked Prabhupada, well, Prabhupada, who will get the Siddha Deha? How do we get the Siddha Deha? And Prabhupada said, the Guru will get the Siddha Deha. And then Rishikesh-Ananda said, but Prabhupada, if you go back to the spiritual world, we don't get Siddha Deha. How will we get Siddha Deha? So there's no question of separation from the Guru. Even if I'm in the spiritual world, I'll give you Siddha Deha for there. So the main point Prabhupada is saying in this conversation with Rishikesh-Ananda, the Siddha Deha is given by the Guru. So that's nice. Prabhupada is saying that. So you can believe it or not believe it. I believe it, because that's the way it's done. Jaya Sri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. You're a cow there?
Cow? Oh.
Like a cow. Oh. No, that question?
When can one get entrance into Yoga Maya? Does it happen at some stages like Nishta, Asakti? What are the symptoms we experience when we come under Yoga Maya? How can I know whether I am controlled by Mahamaya or Yoga Maya?
When do we come under the control of Yoga Maya? Yoga Maya is the control, is under the control of Prema Bhaktas. When you come to Prema, when you come to Baba, you go higher than Baba, and come to Prema. And Prema, on the level of Prema, you're under control of Yoga Maya. Until that time, to a larger, or to a greater or lesser extent, you're under control of Mahamaya. Krishna says in the Gita about the Mahatmas, Daivi Shigunamai, no, Mahatmanas to Mahaparta, Daivi Prakriti. Was it? What's the last?
Bhajan ki ananya manaso jnatva bhutadi.
Bhajan ki ananya. So Krishna tells in Gita, in 9th chapter, that the Mahatmas, the great souls, are under control of Yoga Maya. Okay, Radhe Shyam. In Gita, Krishna says in 9th chapter, verse 13, Mahatmanas tu mam parta dayam prakritamashita vajanti manaso kyava vitavavya. The great souls, the Mahatmas, are taking shelter of Daivi Prakriti. Daivi Prakriti means Radharani. And they know that Krishna is the inexhaustible source of everything. Thus they constantly engage in bhajan with their minds exclusively fixed on me. Vajanti ananya manaso. Ananya bhajan. So this happens at the level of Sakti and Bhav and Prema. So when you come to a level of Sakti, which means intense attachment to Krishna, you're greatly influenced by the Daivi Shakti, spiritual energy of Krishna, Yoga Maya. But the full influence and effect of Yoga Maya is experienced at the level of Prema Bhakti. Yoga Maya. We're in Maya. Sometimes Yoga Maya.
My humble obeisances on the lotus feet, Maharaj. My question is, are we allowed to take Giriraj Shila outside Chaurasi Kos Mandal? Rajman.
Are we allowed to take Giriraj out of Vrindavan? Giriraj, Lord Chaitanya had Giriraj in Puri. So I guess he could take Giriraj out of Vrindavan. As Lord Chaitanya had Giriraj in Puri, he gave Giriraj to Raghunath. Raghunath had in Puri, and Raghunath brought him back to Vrindavan. Giriraj is in China. Giriraj is in Russia. Giriraj is in Houston, Texas. Giriraj is in Las Vegas. Giriraj is in Monaco, Morocco. Giraj is in Greece, in Sicily, Italy. Giraj is in Italy. Vrindavan, Radesh, Bhaktivedanta Manor in London, England. Giraj is everywhere. Well, what's your problem? Krishna blade of grass smooth is not the will of Giraj. Giraj wants to go to Delhi, he goes to Delhi. Giraj wants to go to Ruski land, he goes to Ruski land. Giraj goes to Disney World too. He goes to Singapore. He goes to Hawaii. He goes to Bali. He goes to Kula Valley. He goes to Dehradun. She's in Dehradun. To his job, working. So Giraj is with her. So Giraj goes wherever he goes. Wherever he goes, Krishna goes. What's the problem? Vrindavan Dham is wherever devotees are worshiping Krishna. Just like 12th canto of Bhagavatam. Sometimes people say, you know, in Kali Yuga there's a 10,000 year golden period. In Kali Yuga there's 10,000 year golden age. So if you ask somebody, where is this in Shastra? You can't find it anywhere in Shastra. There's nowhere in any Shastra or any writing by the Goswamis that there's going to be a 10,000 year period of golden age in Kali Yuga. But in the 12th canto of Bhagavatam, there's an interesting slogan. It says, wherever anyone is worshiping God and performing austerities and following Bhakti Bhajan and living a life according to Shastric Vidi Nishaya, do's and don'ts, and performing austerity, that person, that is Satya Yuga. It's Kali Yuga, we're in Kali Yuga. But if someone, wherever someone is, if someone's in Delhi, it doesn't say golden age, it says someone is worshiping Krishna and following tapasya austerity and studying Shastra and following Shastra, Vidi Nishaya, rules, regulations, do's and don'ts of Shastra, that person is living in Satya Yuga. So are you living in Satya Yuga or Kali Yuga? Kali Yuga. What's the next question?
Please ask Maharaj, if a devotee loses taste in bhakti, what to do?
If a devotee loses taste in bhakti, what to do? That means he didn't have taste to begin with. Because taste is a particular stage of bhakti called ruchi. Ruchi comes after nishta. So the sentence and definition of nishta and ruchi are clearly described in Madhurya Kadamini by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. So sometimes you like bhakti, sometimes you have attraction for it, sometimes you don't. That's not ruchi, that's just coming and going. It's called yeah, Gadatara. Gata means sick and Tara means thin. Like wavy, solid and wavy. Gana means Gana Sham, Radhe, Radhe. Gana Sham means Gana Ras, we call sugarcane juice Ghana Ras. Means thick water. The sugarcane is thick. It's not like water, it's a little thick. So Ghana means concentrated. So Ghana Tara is a stage of Anishta Bhakti, not Nishta. So someone says, I have Ruchi, I lost Ruchi. But you can lose, you can be in Ruchi and lose Ruchi. You can be in Sakti and lose in Sakti. You can be in Bhava and lose Bhava. How's it happen? You can be at the level of Bhava Bhakti and fall down to another liberty. How? By Vaishnava Maharaj. You be a Bhava Bhakti, you go, ooh. What goes up must come down. So you can be a level of Bhava Bhakti, but you do Guru Bhakti, you offend your Guru, or offend the Vaishnava. You can fall from Bhava and become back to an art of liberty. Punar Mushika Bhava. You ever heard this term? Punar Mushika Bhava. No. It's a Bengali phrase. I wonder if it's here. I know it's a Prabhupada trick. I don't think it's here. It's a famous phrase. I don't think it's in here. It's in Prabhupada's circle. I think so. Hey, I don't think so. It's a favorite Prabhupada. Prabhupada like this one. Bengali phrase. Oh, it's here. It's so much fun. Punar Mushika Bhava. You don't know that? No, come on. Punar Jamana Vidyate. Punar means again. Mushika, mouse.
Become.
Bhava means become. Again become a mouse. What is the story about this? Once there was a sadhu. And the mice were eating his covens. Covens is underwear, you know? And so he said, hey Bhagavan, please help me. Mice are eating my covens. So Bhagavan appeared to him and said, get a cat. So he got a cat. So the mice weren't eating covens anymore. So it was good. But the cat was always going meow, meow, meow. And so he said, hey, Madan, I have my COVID. That's a good thing. But I had this cat, it's a bad thing. The cat's going to go meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Give me milk, give me milk. So what am I going to do about this cat giving milk? So you get a cow. Get a cow and give milk to the cow. So I got the cow, and the cow was crying in the morning and crying in the evening. He said, hey, Bhagavan, I got this cow, but how do you get the milk? It's crying in the morning, crying in the evening. Cow's crying in the morning, crying in the evening because the cow, she needs to be milked. She said, I'm a sadhu. I'm doing meditation, I don't know how to get milk. I just called some girl from the town, and she can come milk the cow for you. Any extra milk you give that girl's family. You keep for the cat, keep for yourself, you gotta balance it. So he went to the village, he asked some family farmer, can your daughter come milk the cow? He said, yeah, she can come milk the cow. So the sage was changed out. Hare Krishna. There you go. And he's looking one day, the girls come every day morning eating, milking the cow. One day he looks at, she's pretty good looking girl. And he got contemplating the objects of the senses. Dayato Vishyamphun Sangha Sandasi. Come on. He started contemplating the beautiful form of that young girl. And he got attached, he became lusty. And then he went down to the village, he said, "Hey farmer, Mr. Farmer, is your daughter married?" He said, "No, she's not married." "She's not married?" So I'll ask her. You want to marry that Rishi? Yeah, he's a cool guy. Always wanted to marry Rishi. So he got married. Then he had 5 kids. And he had 5 cows. And so it became so complicated. And all the kids would cry all night. Wow, 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 wow. The cows were mooing all the time. Moo, moo, moo. And then the cats came also. Cats are meow, 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 meow. And the guy was going crazy. He said, "Hey, Mama, what happened?" Mama Fuhrer said, actually, yeah, I heard 2 stories. I read just 2 stories. Anyway, let me finish this one. I'll get back to the other one. So he said to Bhagavan, he said, "What I do now," he said, this is the result of attachment. You're attached to your Govins. Because you're attached to your Govins, you got to get a cat and all that other thing. Now the other story, you can't become a mouse. You go inside, under. Make some room. Go back a little bit, got a big guy. Yeah. See if you can find some space here. So this phrase was very popular from Pura Mushika Baba, again become a mouse. And Prabhupada would tell a funny story about there was a mouse, and the cat was always chasing the mouse. So the mouse was some kind of religious type mouse. So the mouse was praying to Bhagavan, "Please help me, the cat's always attacking me." So Bhagavan said, "What do you want?" The cat said, the mouse said, "Make me a cat." So I don't have to worry. Okay, be a cat. Actually, it wasn't Bhagavan. The mouse went to a big sage. The mouse was living in ashram. And he asked the sage, he said, "The cat's always chasing. Can you make me a cat?" So the yogi has power. So yogi, he made the mouse into a cat. Now the cat was getting chased by the dog. So the cat went to the yogi and said, "Can you make me a dog?" He said, "Okay, come a dog." So the dog was running out in the forest here and there. And tiger saw the dog. Tiger can't eat the dog. The dog wasn't too happy about that. So the dog went to the yogi and said, "Oh, yogi, I go run around the forest and the tiger tries to eat me. Please make me a tiger." "Okay, be a tiger." So then the dog became a tiger. And tigers, their favorite food of tiger is to eat men. So the tiger looked at the yogi and said, He started approaching the yogi like he's going to eat him. The yogi said, What's this, you nonsense? I made you a mouse, I made you a tiger, I made you a cat, I made you a dog, I made you a tiger. Now you're going to try to eat me? Put on Mushika Baba, get me become a mouse. You understand?
Yes.
So what's the meaning of the story? The meaning of the story is, by Guru Kripa, a mouse-like bhakta becomes a tiger. Then when the mouse-like bhakta becomes a tiger, they think, I know more than the Guru. I know as much, I know more than the Guru. Then the disciple tries to eat the Guru. Eating the Guru means the disciple becomes envious of the Guru, or finds fault with the Guru. That's why in Bhagavatam, there's 2 or 3 verses that describe the qualities of Guru. One in the 7th canto of Bhagavatam says, yes, Bhagavati Sakshat. The Guru is directly Bhagavan. The next line says, Gyanadipena Bhashatarsa. That he lights up the heart of the disciple with transcendental knowledge. Then it says, but one should not think of the Guru as an ordinary man. Then 11th canto, Krishna is telling Uddhava, Acharya Mahavijanya. The Guru of the Acharya is me, but don't think of him as a material person. Pujya Nashuyata. Don't be envious of the Guru, don't think he's a mortal person. So this disciple becomes a tiger, then the Guru says, Puraramushikamaha, again become a mouse. So we have to be careful to always be humble devotees, always be in the bottom of dasa, dasa, dasa. Whatever I have, it's the mercy of Guru. Whatever I attain, it's the mercy of Vaishnavas. So we should always be grateful to our seniors and always be respectful to our seniors. That's the point. What's the next question? First that came. Do you have a question?
Not yet.
Okay. Whenever you're ready. If there are any questions from the internet, people are watching this live broadcast, so ask a question. Anyone has a question here?
Jai Shri Radhe. How to love ourselves and be happy like you.
What's the question?
How to love ourselves and be happy like you.
How to love ourselves?
And be happy like you.
The question is how to love ourselves and be happy. First you have to discover who ourself is. The self is Atma. And Atma is meant to serve Krishna, Paramatma, Supreme Atma. So how to become happy is to become Krishna's devotee. When we become happy when we're free from contamination of anarthas, lust, anger, greed, all these things. So by doing bhakti bhajan, chitta dharma marjam, heart and mind, chitta means heart and mind, become pure, become settled, and become peaceful. And you become aware of Krishna in your heart. Because for the Vaishnava, for the Bhakta, Paramatma transforms into Krishna. Krishna takes over the role of Paramatma. So for a devotee, he always feels the presence of Krishna in his heart, in his life, and in the people in his life. He sees us as representatives of Krishna. So you can always feel happy if you're always remembering Krishna. So that's happiness to know for everyone. That's the result of bhakti. Yenatma suprasiyati. What's that verse? First canto of Bhagavatam, chapter 2. Prasiyata, it says nature of bhakti. I can't remember. It's Yenatma suprasiyati. It says Yama becomes very joyful by practicing bhakti. First canto of Bhagavatam, chapter 2, many important verses. It says Bhakti Yoga and Sayate. I can't remember. Do you remember? Anyway, it's the nature of bhakti to bring happiness. Because bhakti is a combination of two energies. Radha Shakti and Sattva Shakti. Bhakti Shakti. So the Guru gets to see a bhakti at Diksha. and you practice bhakti vacha, so your knowledge increases, and your a lot means your joy, your happiness increases. This means bhakti is in the heart. If bhakti enters the heart and develops and grows, your awareness and knowledge of Bhagavan grows and develops, and your happiness and joy grows and develops.
Savaikum Samparodha.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Savaikum Samparodha.
That's the famous verse. So I have
Samparodha yatho bhaksiradho kshaje haituki apratihata yenatus kisi.
Very good. Thank you. Good brain. Survive from Dharma. This is Tamas Dharma. Tamas Dharma is praying Dharma. Love. Love is the Tamas religion. There's no higher religion than divine love. Bhakti means love. Bhakti, bhav, and praying. So love of Krishna is the highest religion. Survive from self-Dharma. 5:30. First canto, Bhagavatam, chapter 2, verse 6. One can achieve happiness only by pleasing Krishna. Survive sam parodharma yato bhaktir hokshaje haitaki apratiyata yatma supratiyati atma supersedati. Yahweh becomes truly satisfied, truly happy by doing bhakti to Krishna. First canto Bhagavatam, chapter 2, verse 6. First canto Bhagavatam, second chapter, has most important verses for understanding the Sruva of Krishna, the philosophical basis of Krishna Bhakti. First canto, chapter 2. Like they say in ISKCON, chant and be happy. It's true. And we will have kirtan retreats and bhakti sangha retreats, all these gatherings, mantra retreats. Everybody chants for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Everybody becomes very happy, very joyful by chanting Hare Krishna together. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. Chaitanya Maharaj says, Anandam Buddhi means ocean of bliss by chanting Hare Krishna. So I'll be happy, Hare Krishna, Sir Krishna, be happy. What's the difficulty? One of Prabhupada's favorite phrases, what's the difficulty? We always say, what's the difficulty? Just chant Hare Krishna, take prasad, be happy. What are you so bummed out about? What are you so uptight about? What are you so anxious about? Why are you so unhappy? Why are you so worried? Worry about this, worry about that. Chant Hare Krishna, take prasad, be happy. 1, 2, 3. Chant Hare Krishna, take prasad, be happy. Pig Bola Nande Radha Krishna Bhaja. How's it go?
Paid about Radha Krishna Anand. Radha Krishna Bola.
No. Pig Bola Nande Radha Kunda Bhaja. First you fill up your belly, then you can worship Radha Govinda. Bole means full. Pate means belly. Pate Bola Nande. Pate Bola Nande Radha Krishna.
Bhaja Radha
Krishna. I don't remember. It's a Bengali phrase. All Bengali Vaishnavas know it. First you fill up your belly with Mahaprasad, then you worship Radha Govinda. Anything belly, no worship. It's difficult. That's why when you chant, you get 2 rotis, right? You chant, you get 2 rotis. 3, you get 4 also. You hold. Questions? More than that question? So yeah, there's questions. Everybody here were just entertained in it, guys. Yeah. We came all the trouble to come here, get wet, get rained on. And we just, okay, go ahead. What do you want to say?
How to get out of uncontrollable addictions that we have generated till now in the past? How to control mind that persuades us to enjoy independently?
Well, it's got a whole bunch of things under. What's you want to say?
That's it. How to get out of uncontrollable addictions that we have generated till now in the past?
How to get free from the uncontrolled addictions. You have to replace one addiction with another addiction. You have to replace one addiction with another addiction. So you're addicted to tamasic life centered around tamagun and rajagun. You should change your lifestyle and try to live a life of sadhya. Sadhya gives freedom. Sadhya means life based on purity. Purity of food, purity of action, purity of thought, purity of ambition, purity of work. In 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells how to eat in sadhya, how to work in sadhya, how to think in sadhya, how to speak in sadhya. That's very clearly told in 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. How to think in sadhya, how to eat in sadhya, how to live, how to work in sadhya, how to give charity in sadhya. So addictions are a product of rajagun and tamagun. So to get free from addiction means you get free from tamagun and rajagun. So Krishna gives the formula how to get free from tamagun and rajagun in 17th chapter of Gita. And also in 11th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, teaching the Uddhava Gita. So read that. You have to do yoga. Yoga frees you from tamagun and rajagun. Any kind of yoga. Karma yoga, Jnana yoga, Bhakti yoga, Ashtanga yoga. They're all based on sattva, developing sattva. Sattva by thinking, sattva by eating, sattva by speaking. So you have to change. You have bad habits, you have addictions to bad habits. You have to know what good habits are and have to try to adopt them and follow them. Other forms of yoga, Jnana yoga, Ashtanga yoga, and Karma yoga depend on your own strength and own power. But Bhakti is special is you get divine power from Bhagavan. There's two ways to attain perfection. There's 2 ways to get out of bad habits. One is called Arohapanta, one is called Avarohapanta. Arohapanta means ascending process, climbing the ladder. And Avarohapanta means descending process. So karma, jnana, Ashtanga yoga, Jnana yoga, all these yogas, all these types of yoga are aroha, climbing up the ladder, making progress, making improvement, getting free from bad qualities by your own strength, your own power, your own determination, your own physical strength, mental strength. But bhakti is descends. Mercy comes down, Krishna lifts us up. Krishna puts us out and pulls us up. But we surrender. We say, Krishna, I'm too weak, I don't have power to control my mind, I don't have physical power, I don't have mental power. Hey Bhagavan, please help me, I surrender to you. Krishna says, oh, are you genuine? Are you sincere? You really want to serve me? You want to love me? You really want my help? Okay, I'll help you. So bhakti is based on submission, surrender to God. Only His power will do it. I have no power. That's the easy way, but ego doesn't allow most people to surrender. Bhakti is the easiest path because we don't have to do anything but surrender. But surrender is difficult for one of us ego. First, you have too much ego to surrender to God. Ego and lack of shraddha. Hankara and lack of shraddha. You don't have proper faith, you can't surrender to God. So that's the result of bhagya. You have faith because of bhagya, because of fortune. The simple answer that most people say, you want to develop good habits, chant Hare Krishna. Because that has all the power of Krishna in 2 names, 3 names. Hari Krishna Ram, all the power of Bhagavan. Namakari Bhavajan Nija Sarva Shakti. Nija Sarva Shakti, all power, Sarva Shakti, all power powerhouses in Krishna's name. Shri Krishna's name is Sarva Mangala, Sarva Pavacham Mangalam, Bhagyam, everything. You get auspicious, pure, everything is there by chanting Krishna's name. So if you can't do anything, try chanting Hare Krishna mantra and praying to Krishna for mercy. Then you can get free from all your bad habits. Skanda Pran glorifies Krishna's name, saying, Mangalam Mangalam,
Madhura Madhura
Madhura Madhura Madhura Mangalam Mangalam. Shorya Paragita Helam. Whether you chant Krishna's name with faith, whether you chant Krishna's name loudly with faith, or even neglectfully, Hela means neglectfully, absentmindedly, just spaced out chanting. Still, it's auspicious and it's sweet. You have a nice experience. When we chant Krishna, half the time we're spaced out, half the time we're full of distraction and not very attentive, but still we feel good. Still we feel auspicious. We get a nice feeling in our heart and mind when we finish 2 or 3 or 4 rounds. This is the magnanimity, this is the generosity of non-Prabhu. Krishna's name is so merciful. Kai Kalera Dharma Krishnanam Sankirtan. In Kali Yuga, non-Sankirtan is the only way to save anyone. The form of Krishna in Kali Yuga is Nam. The name is Krishna's root. Kali Kalera, Nam Rup Avatar. The Nam Rup is the avatar for Kali Yuga. Hare Krishna. Everybody has these things, Hare Krishna. Question. More endless list here. Okay.
Maharaj, I heard from many sources that Guru gives Siddhadeha and later if that wouldn't suit to the feelings of the disciple, then Guru gives another Siddhadeha. Is it the practice of traditional Siddha Pranali system or is it some diverted approach?
What's the question? Two Siddhadeha.
I heard from many sources that Guru gives Siddhadeha and later if that wouldn't suit the feelings of the disciple, then Guru gives another Siddhadeha. Is it the practice of traditional Siddha Pranali system or is it some diverted approach?
The question is asked, does the Guru give one Siddhadeha or he gives one Siddhadeha and modifies or changes, gives another Siddhadeha later? What is the system of traditional Gaudiya Sampradaya? In Bhakti Sandarbha, verse number 312, describes that by Guru Charan, by the mercy of the lotus feet of Guru, the disciple gets a specific gets a specific Siddhadeha in Vrindavan to meditate on, to do seva, to Radha and Krishna. What I understand, when I read the Goswami books, the Siddh, because first what happens, because Siddha is based on Sairati. Because Siddha can be in Sairati of Madhurati, or Sairati of Vatsairati, or Sairati of Sakarati, or Dasarati, in Braj Vrindavan. Because our goal is Vrindavan. Radha Bhagavan Vijay Chaitanya Sadhana Vrindavan. So mostly in Gaudiya Sampradaya, all the Goswamis, all teaching Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya teaches Chaitanya Charitra. Ate Govi Bhava Gikara. Ate Govi Bhava. He says, I want everyone to accept Govi Bhava. So almost everyone in traditional Gaudiya Sampradaya, when he gets to Deya, they give Manjari Bhava. But before he gets to Deya, which is described, it's given by Guru in verse 312 of Bhakti Sandarbha. In verse 283, it describes Diksha. And Diksha, you get a particular mantra, you get Gopal mantra, and you get Kangayatri. These are Diksha mantras for Gaudiya Sampradaya, Gopal mantra and Kangayatri. Other mantras may be given, but these mantras are mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Hari Bhakti Vilas. These are the Sampradaya, Gaudiya Vaisnava Sampradaya Diksha mantras, Gopal mantra and Kangayatri. And at the time of getting Diksha, the Guru will transfer the Sairati of his own heart through the mantra into the heart of the disciple. So generally, in Gaudiya Sampradaya, the Guru is in Manjari Bhava. He's in the Sairati of Madhurati. Madhurati means amorous love, the love of Radha and Krishna for each other. It's called amorous love. Erotic, amorous, erotic love. Like man, woman, but it's not man, woman. It's Bhagavan and Shakti. Shakti, Shaktiman. Purusha and Prakriti, Radharani and Krishna. Praise through Krishna and Mahabhava through Radharani. So divine love and divine lover. So it's called Madhurati. So the Guru is Madhurati, that's his Sairati. He transfers that to the disciple. And all the Hari Katha the Guru gives, and all the creed and all teaching he gives in the same Sairati he has. So invariably, every disciple of a Gaudiya Vaishnava Guru will get a Siddha and Madhurati as a Sakhi Manjari, Kinkari Radharani. That's tradition coming from 500 years. All the 6 Goswamis are Manjaris, and initiate all their disciples as a Manjari. Narottam Thakur is a Manjari, Vishwanath Thakur is a Manjari, Baladev Vijayabhush is a Manjari. Everybody's a Manjari. Basically, the Gaudiya Sampradaya. So this thing, Guru gave one Siddha, then changed his Sairati to another Siddha. I haven't read it anywhere in Goswami books. I haven't heard anybody doing that. It may be done, I don't know, anything be done. But it's not standard taught by Shastra or tradition that I have ever heard about. Because you get a Siddha to match your Sairati. So the Sairati is given first. First you get Sairati, you don't get Siddha, you get Sairati, you get Diksha. You start thinking like the Guru, start feeling like the Guru. Mantra 2, Guru Sakshat, Guru Swayam Hari, Swayam Hari. There's a verse in Vamana Puran, says, Mantra Guru Sakshat. The mantra is directly the Guru, and Guru is directly Hari. Guru Sakshat Hari Swayam. The Guru is directly Swayam Hari, Swayam Bhagavan Hari. So what does that mean? That means when you chant the Diksha mantra, you get the Guru, because the Guru comes in you. You become the Guru-like. The vibe of the Guru, the qualities of the Guru, the vibe, the joy, the happiness, the outlook, the strength of consciousness, it comes in the disciple. That's what Diksha means. The Guru transfers the disciples because like crystal and an object. The crystal is the disciple, the red object, the blue object is the Guru. You put the crystal next to the blue object, the crystal takes on a blue color. That's the sadhusanga prabhav, the effect of sadhusanga. Sadhusanga, sarva sosrai, lava vacha sadhusanga, sarva siddhi hoy. Gopal Kumar got perfection. He associated a few minutes with his guru. He got Gopal mantra. In the mantra, the guru was with him in the mantra. He always chanted Gopal mantra. 10 syllable Gopal mantra. Priya Bhavatam. Gopal Kumar. He was always with his guru. He went through all different layers and levels of consciousness and finally had darshan of Krishna. Went to Krishna. Just like Guru Kripa Diksha mantra. Mantra 2, Guru Sakshat Hari Swami. Vamana Puran. It's quoted by Bhakti Sundar also. So all that's directly to the Guru comes to the disciple in Diksha. Then after a year or two, 6 months or a year or two, the disciple says, no Gurudev, I'll go crazy on this going on. I'll be a little mantra, I'll be a little mantra. I'll be a little mantra. Okay, wait. Then he gives Diksha. Not Diksha, but he reveals the Siddhanta to the disciple. It's not like eating, meeting, minding, oh, try this one. You like this? You like it? Try this one. It's not like that. I don't do it. Haribo. What time is it?
5:15.
5:15. 15 minutes over. 3 to 5. Sita Palani Churna. Sita Palani Churna. Kiya na kiya. Nakiya. Thursday night I told you I'm frequent. Yeah.
Sorry.
Now it's Friday, Saturday, Thursday night, get on trigger. I said, take Sita Palani Churna. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, He said, he's saying Sursha Churna. I said, no, take Sita Palani Churna. Okay, what else you got? Yeah, okay.
Guru is defined as Antaryami in the Guru book. Please give me more clarity on this statement. How should a disciple perceive this? Guru is defined as Antaryami in Guru book.
Guru is Antaryami.
It's said like that in Guru book.
Yeah, Guru book. Guru is like Antaryami. This is told by, this concept comes from 11th canto. The question is, how is it that the Guru is like Antaryami? Anta means inside, Yami means to go. What is gone inside is Antaryami. So Antaryami is another name for super soul, Paramatma. So how is it the Guru is referred to like Antaryami, like super soul? This is spoken by Uddhava. This version is spoken by Uddhava Mahashaya, 11th canto of Bhagavatam. He says, Acharya Vapusha Chechu, Sarja Naivo. This is spoken by Uddhava, 11th canto. The Guru is like, Krishna appears as Guru and Super Soul. I think it starts with Naivo. You know, it starts with Naivo. N-A-I. I don't know if it's here. Let me see. It's a nice verse, 11th canto. Starts with N-I-O. Naivo. Oh yeah, here it is. 53. 53. 53. Where is 53? 56. 53. 11th canto is a very important book to study. If you don't study much Bhagavatam, you should study 10th canto, 1st canto, chapter 2, and 11th canto, Uddhava Gita, Krishna's teaching to Uddhava. So this is the very end of Uddhava Gita, chapter 10, 11th canto, chapter 29, verse 6. After all the teachings that Uddhava received from Lord Sri Krishna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he spoke a verse which is basically a verse of gratitude and thankfulness. 11:29:6. He says, Naivo payat yapachitam kavyas tavesha brahmayu shapi kritam rida muda swaranta Yavantar Bahesh Tanubritam Ashuvam Vinduban Acharya Chetu Vavasha Swagatim Vyanakti. Sadhguru received so many teachings, hundreds and hundreds of teachings. He said, Krishna, you're so merciful. He said, how, Krishna, we're so indebted to you because you have removed our miseries and misfortune from everyone by appearing in two forms. You appear within the heart, you appear externally as Acharya Chaitya Vavasha Swagatim Vinakti. You appear externally as the Acharya and internally as the Chaitya Guru. Vavu means form. Krishna appears in two forms. Externally as the Acharya, internally as the Paramatma. So Krishna is guiding the disciple from inside the heart as Paramatma and outside the heart as Acharya. So in one sense, the Acharya and the Super Soul are one. There's even a mantra, from Brihadaranya Upanishad. There's a mantra to the Guru that says, I meditate on the Guru as Paramatma, Chaitya Vavasha. I meditate on the Guru because the Guru in the heart is Paramatma and the Guru outside the heart is the Diksha Guru. So oftentimes the Guru outside the heart, this statement from the Guru book is based on this verse from 11th Canto, chapter 29, verse number 6, Uddhava Gaura Krishna. Krishna, you are Guru, Krishna, you are Paramatma. So it means Acharya is the Paramatma, Paramatma is the Acharya. So the Guru and Paramatma are one because both are teaching in the same. Whatever Krishna is telling, the Guru is telling the same thing. So whether Krishna speaks from within your heart or outside your heart, it's the same Paramatma outside your heart, the same Paramatma inside your heart. There's two forms of one voice. One truth, one absolute truth, appearing in two forms. Externally as Acharya, internally as the Guru. So that's why we say the Guru is like Paramatma. Is that clear? Is that person? Is that clear to the person asking the question? If they're listening to the answer, they should say, yeah, it's clear. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, good. Clear to somebody. You have a question now? You worked up a question?
I'm still filing up, Maharaj.
You're okay? Okay. Anything else? Or Coach?
How Vaishvarya is the basis of Madhurya?
The question is how Aishwarya is the base of Madhurya. Aishwarya is the foundation of Madhurya. Because if you just approach Krishna's Nara Leela without understanding, there's two aspects of Krishna. There's Sarupa Krishna and Rupa Krishna. Rupa Krishna means Krishna's pure, Prema Madhurya, Rupa Madhurya, Veda Madhurya, Leela Madhurya. It's all the sweetness of Krishna's Leela, his form, his pastimes, his devotees, his love. That's human life. It's very sweet. But if you just approach that, you'll think it's just like a boy and a girl. You'll make offenses. And you'll make offenses, but first you have to understand that Krishna's Bhagavan. He has 6 ambulances. He's the creator. That's called the Srupa Bhagavan. Bhagavat Srup and Bhagavat Rup. Rup means his devotees, his lila, his vrindavan, his flute, that's all his Rup. That's why they say Rupa Madhurya. Rupa Madhurya, Lila Madhurya, Veya Madhurya, Prema Madhurya. So Srup means he's a creator, he's a maintainer, he's Paramaham, he's Sri Vishnu, he's Sasavatars, all the manifestations world. Manifestation, non-manifestation. And I have to understand the greatness and glorious of God is called Vibhuti. Chapter 11, Viratarup. The Vibhuti, the grandness, the power, oh, he's God. That way you never think Krishna's ordinary, never think he's just a man, never think he's material. Otherwise you become offensive and lose everything. So they go together. Aishwarya and Madhurya have to go together. One supports the other. And there's no Krishna doing. That's not the way.
Because in even Sakhyarasa and Vatsalya and Madhurya, they don't even think that Krishna is God. I haven't.
No, that's that level of prema. We're not. You get to the level of Braja prema like Yashoda. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Vishwasis love is described. What do they think? They think Mora Putra, Mora Saka, Mora Putra, Mora Saka, Mora Pranaprati. Krishna is my son. Krishna is my friend. Krishna is my Lord of my life. Pranapati. He's the master of my life. He's my lover. God, he's not God. But I also know he's Narayan Sama. Because when Gargamuni did a name-giving ceremony of Krishna, he said, listen, not Baba, you should know your Krishna is equal to Narayan. So they hear from the gopis of Vrindavan, they hear from Bhagari Rishi, they hear from Dravasa Muni, they hear from Bhagari, Dravasmini, Gargarishi. They go around to Nandagram Barsana, and they talk about Krishna. Do you know this Krishna has South Avatar? You know Krishna appeared Ram, Krishna killed Ravana. Oh really? He did? They hear all that, but they don't pay attention to it. So they know that Krishna's God, because they hear from the Rishi he's God. They're aware of it. They know he's Paramaham. They know he's Vishnu. They know all that. But it doesn't cover or diminish their sweetness of the love. So we have to first, they're already there. They're Nityaparishads. They're absorbed in the sweetness. We're trying to get there. So there's a systematic way. First we study Gita, we study Bhagavatam, understand the vibhutis and the powers, the greatness of God. Then we go, 10th canto is the 10th canto, not the first canto. The sweetness of God is the 10th canto. Why? I just read the 10th canto. That's not the way. You will be a failure that way. You have to go through all 10 cantos. The 11th canto, 12th canto, just summary of the whole thing. Bhagavatam ends with the 10th canto. 10th canto is called Samabhanam. Each canto has a title. First canto is called Shristi, and one canto is called Manvantara Avatars, and then one's called the different dynasties. The 10th canto is called Samabhanam. Samabhanam means the total good, the total perfection, the absolute perfection. Samabhanam is the 10th canto, the title of the 10th canto. There you find out Gopi love of the Vishwasis. That's called Uttama Bhakti. The purest form of Uttama Bhakti is the Gopis of Vrindavan. So it comes to the 10th canto. We have to learn about Dasavatar. That's all Krishna's vibhuti, Krishna's power, Krishna's Aishwarya. Yesterday is not a jerk. he's Krishna's avatar. Yesterday he said, you want to know me? This is how you know me. First canto, second canto, third canto, fourth canto. But you're cheap and you're lazy. Oh, I just read 10th canto. You can't you're smarter than God. I know more than God. I just read 10th. I'm a Rasik. I'm a Rasik. I just read 10th canto. Vallabhacharya is the greatest Rasik. Jiva Goswami is the greatest one. They comment on all the Bhagavatam. They read all the Bhagavatam. Krishna, that will guarantee someone will be successful. The Bhagavatam is a book for attained perfection. Read every canto, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So I don't have time for that. I specialize in. I just read Vilakusundari, Rara Sundari, and 10th canto. You do that after you read all the Bhagavatam, read Chaitanya Bhagavat, read Chaitanya Charitamrita. At least once. And you practice walking for 40, 50 years. Then you can concentrate on 10th canto. But you don't start at the top. You don't start with the penthouse apartment. First you build a foundation. Yoga means a system. You don't start with Shirasan. It's not the first asana you learn. Yeah, that's it, I guess. Huh? Okay, is there prasad? Sweet balls prasad? No, prasad. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe.